morning, everybody. Just heading into Duluth right now, Duluth, Minnesota, to get a jackhammer so we can get those curbs out of that back part of the workshop. It's 48 degrees this morning. I picked up the jackhammer. This one here is different than the one I had last time. This one is like 30 pounds lighter or something. He said it uses a different technology that like hits it more times instead of harder, but it moves the same amount. So moves the same amount of, or breaks it up the same. So we'll see. There we go. Guaranteed sore shoulders by tonight. This thing is definitely way lighter. It's definitely lighter, and it does do the job, but I don't think it has the bang that the other one had. But, I mean, it might take a little bit longer to do it, and my shoulders are still going to be sore this afternoon, but it seems like it'll do the job. Another thing I don't really like is this on and off switch. I like it much better when you've got the trigger that you're pulling, because you know you can just let go and it stops when it slips down and hits this concrete. Here you can't. You got to get your finger back over there and push it, and I don't much care for that. I'm gonna run in and have some lunch. And if my arms and shoulders still work when I'm done, I'll come out here and finish this mess up. I think I have everything chipped up in the back part here in Melissa's studio area. And yeah, that sucked just as bad as it looked like it did. Now I'm going to take it through here and clean this up more. I want to fill this with concrete even though it's going to be, you know, quite an angle, but you can't get concrete to go up to here when you've got this underneath it. I've got to have something to go up against. Otherwise the concrete will get too thick or too thin and it'll just break off. So I'm going to go through here just like I did on the other side and clean this up a bit. Because I know Melissa's going to want to get her side filled up with concrete right away. You know, for me it's like, well, I'm not tripping over anything anymore, I'm good. But if I'm doing that side, I may as well do this side at the same time. I'm going to leave that right here until tomorrow morning in case a rain shower comes by, and I'll throw this in and get it back to the rental place. The thing worked awesome. I would definitely rent this one again versus that other heavy one. Takes a little bit longer, but it is easier. Brandon's in there right now with the wheelbarrow picking up all the chunks and putting them into the troughed areas where that plywood goes over the top. And a lot of them are fitting in there, which is nice. Less I'll have to haul to the dumpster when we get one. I turned the sprinkler on this potato garden here. I'm going to leave it on here for about 2 hours. With the sprinkler set this way, with the little, like, the short tick 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 or whatever, it puts a lot of water down pretty fast. And then after that, I'm going to put it on this garden and leave it on for about 4 hours. Probably kill it around 10 o'clock tonight. And I don't want any excuses for this one. Things are growing so nice in here. I don't want to slack off at all. I was going to go back out in the workshop and start working on that wall that's between the left and right side back there. Part of it's going to be a half wall, part of it's going to come out. Parts of it have to stay to support the trusses above it, but Brandon's out there doing a really nice job cleaning up that cement. So, and where he's dumping the stuff into that trough is right where I would have to work. So I'll just wait. Probably go inside and edit a video. I've got one going right now. Good morning, everybody. Driving back to Duluth to drop off the Jackhammer. Another day of the hazy Canada smoke. We're under another one of the advisories today for air quality. Everything is dropped off. I really like that. I think it's called London Road Rental. People are really nice there. I'm gonna stop in here and get a few bags of concrete, and then we will head home. Well, this is just kind of a test run. That's one bag of concrete. It's going to take a lot of bags of concrete. But I just kind of wanted to see how everything fits together, make sure that I can use this kind of mud. This is just your regular concrete mix with the rocks in it and everything. And now I'll let this set up for a while, and then I'll just brush it, you know, run a brush or a broom over it so it's not a slippery spot. But yeah, that'll work pretty good. It's going to be pretty steep down there, so I'm going to have to mix the mud quite dry down there to be able to do an inch or an inch and a half drop. You know, you get the concrete wet enough, it'll self-level. Keep it dry enough and you can move it around a bit. Zero chance of rain today. in and have some lunch. Now this is underneath this truss, which will give it a bearing point, just like all the studs down there, which I didn't need that many studs down there, but I wanted it to be wider so that, anyway, this will be here. This wall's all going to stay from this corner. I'm going to go straight across. It'll come up just maybe 1.5 inches to the left side of that window. That's going to be the new wall. This will create the kiln room. And then when this door goes in, it's just going to be an interior type door, so I can keep it cut off the ground a ways. Because when she turns that fan on, it's got to suck air from somewhere, so it can suck from underneath. Otherwise, it has to get air from somewhere. I might even have to put a fresh air in there to open up, because that draws so much air. Anyway, then from here, like this will be a corner, and from here, I'm going to come up 42 inches, so if she wants to put a regular countertop, which would be at 36, plus we would have 4 inches for a splash, we could do that, and then I can still get electrical outlets up in here, wherever she wants them. I don't think she's going to do a countertop, but that's how high I'm going to go. And then we'll just cut all these off and go straight across, and then this will just be open. She does want to put shelves in here, but I'm just going to make the opening right now. If she wants to put shelves in, we can do that later. I don't want to have to do something twice. It drives me nuts. So we're just going to get the opening, and then we're going to wait and see what she thinks, and then we can go from there. But I'm going to go in and have lunch. Now I can go in and have lunch. That's still pretty wet. It'll take a while for that to set up. The new kiln room wall is done. We're gonna go look at the blackberries now and see how many of them are ripe.
Oh, there's some.
Yeah.
Look at all of them.
Yeah. There's still some red there ones too though, so I guess we could wait another
day or two.
I don't think either of us really feel like picking tonight.
I don't. Oh, look at all the black ones in there.
Oh yeah. Be in there laying eggs right now. Alright, all the zucchini is freeze dried. That is a lot of zucchini. There had to have been at least 12 to 15 that got grated and put in there. It ran about 40 hours in the freeze dryer. And now each one of these bags has one tray. And each one of them has an oxygen absorber in there. And I double seal them. So throw them on the shelf and 25 years from now they're still good. I would have liked to explain it more, but when Melissa starts doing videos again, that's going to be a great series in the freeze dryer, so I'll let her explain all that stuff. Now it's 5:30, 5:45 maybe, in the afternoon of the following day. I had to work today, this morning anyway, and then Brandon and Melissa and I went out to eat at VIP Pizza in Superior. And then I got back here, and now I think tonight Melissa and I have to come in here and kind of do a garden assessment, take a look at the beans. I mean, it's time to get those picked. The bean plants are starting to fall over. They're getting so heavy, some of them. So we'll look at that, kind of get in there and look at the tomatoes later. I saw one that was turning red the other day, and a bigger one. And just take a look at everything. And right now, though, I'm going to go out and I want to mix up another bag of concrete, put in those little trough areas. And then Melissa and I, like I said, will look at the garden tonight, and we have to go pick blackberries because there was a bunch of ripe ones when we looked at them last night. And you can see there's a cloud bank rolling in. Starting tonight, 8, 9 o'clock or something. There's possible rain and overnight, and then tomorrow in the afternoon, and a chance at like a half an inch to an inch. I will definitely believe that when I see it, but I sure hope it does. The cement is starting to get a lighter color. Seems pretty good. Yeah, I'm just going to continue some right here. Just kind of practicing some more. I don't care if I have different types of concrete, if it's different color in here. I don't know if this type, which I have 3 bags of, will dry the same color as the other stuff, and I don't care in the workshop here. But I'll get it figured out good so that when we get into this part, I'll know exactly what I'm doing. Now Melissa's talking about right here, this might be a good area to put a countertop that kind of goes both directions. Not going to be able to go far in here with the door, but I could, you know, whatever. We'll figure it out. The reason I pat it down like this, it makes it like a mud pie so you can work the top, but it also pushes the rocks down. You can see with this concrete here now, it's a different brand name. That's All-Star. No, this is Mastercraft, which is the Menards brand. I've never used that before. This is All-Star, which is what I think they used to sell, or maybe that's what Home Depot sells. Anyway, it's darker. It'd be interesting to see what it looks like when it dries, but also this had bigger rocks in it. This has smaller rocks. This soaked up the water quicker and made it harder to hand mix. I mean, you're just mixing pretty much a half a bag at a time. It's not a big deal, but Melissa was just out here, but only for about 15-20 minutes, and that other bag of concrete there sets up a lot faster than this stuff does. But it doesn't matter when you're going to sweep it like this. I was just thinking that, you know how I said this whole area, especially this corner, I think that was in the last video, is going to be such a mess for me. If there's concrete on the bottom of this, I could dig the dirt, which is probably just 50-year-old composted cow manure, to get to the concrete it would take a lot of cement, but I could fill this whole part in with concrete and then slope the concrete to where the plywood is, so I don't have that trouble of this piece coming in like this, flat, and then this one coming down at an angle and me having this problem right here where I mean I can get a lot out of it by screwing the plywood together with a block. I don't know though, that's a lot of concrete. But that's something I'm going to think about. But right now, I know I have one more bag of concrete. I think I'm going to mix it up and see how far I get. I have some other stuff, but it's the 5,000, the high strength, 5,000 pound concrete, and that stuff takes forever to set up and dry. But anyway, I'm going to mix it up and see if I can get to the door. I don't think it'll quite make it, but it might. Starting to sprinkle a little bit outside. I think before I cover that wall with whatever's going to go on there, I'm going to run an electrical wire, come through, come down the wall, go underneath the door here and shoot it down in here and make it loose in here. Just do a 20 amp or a 12-2 wire. So then if she ever wants to do those pottery wheels in the center, I could just pull these up and put a plug in right into the floor and hook it up to that wire if I've got enough slack on it. I think that would be a smart thing to do versus having to run extension cords or something. She thinks she's going to have them against the outside wall. The only thing is, those same things sling mud, it's going to get on the walls, which she knows. When she went to her classes, they had like a table in the center of that. It was like a shop. That studio was like in a garage, and then there was two pottery wheels, one and one, and the table was like a piece of plywood. And then all the mud slung there. Well, it gets on you, it might get on the table some, but it wouldn't get on the wall. Such a beautiful time of the year with leaves on the trees and green grass. Today I was sitting at the table that's in the loop of the driveway. I was just scrolling my phone. I think I was waiting for Melissa to call on her way home from work, and there was a bird that landed on the door to the garden. It was just a little swallow. And I just looked at it. It's like, when winter gets here, you got none of that. You really have to soak this in while it's here, because winter's coming and it's coming fast. But you can't go ice fishing now either. Every season has its things. Well, it's 7:30. I'm going to call it a night out here. Go inside. I uploaded a video. It went public today, a tent video on Jones Act Survival, so I'm going to go look at the comments on that and take it easy till tomorrow. It's about 20 after 3 the following afternoon. Had some running around to do this morning, and then I went to Walmart and bought a router for the workshop building, because you know when you go in there, no cell phone service, no cell phone Wi-Fi, nothing, and no internet that goes out there because it's a metal building. So remember we ran those Ethernet cables out there last year. Anyway, I got the modem, hooked it up. It took me a couple hours to figure it out. I was going to film that, but I didn't know what I was doing. And now we got full internet out there, and when you walk from the house to the workshop building, it seamlessly switches on your phone. Yeah, pretty excited about that. Overnight last night, got 0.36 inches of rain, and now we got another line going through right now, so I'll keep my eye on it and see how much we get. Every little bit of rain that we get this year is kind of exciting. I was just inside and stood about 3 feet away from the modem. Here's the new modem that's out here, and did a speed test using my phone, and I come up with 430.9, I don't know, if I say megabits they say it's megabytes, so whatever it is, per second for download, and 408.4 for upload. And now I've switched to this internet here, and I believe I have 200 feet of line. So I was going to test again and just see. I mean, you know that it will drop. $237.4 for download. And 286.5 for upload. And what was it with the old internet before the fiber optic? What did I have, like 0.65 for upload and like 38 or something like that for download. So I'm still, this is absolutely amazing. And now it's going to be nice because I can't get a radio to work in here because I don't have an antenna that's stuck outside. So now I am going to get a radio that has an antenna that goes outside, but there isn't any good like AM talk radio stuff up here anyway. Like down in the cities, I like to listen to WCCO, which isn't the station it used to be. Anyway, so I'm not really missing it. Most of the people that I used to listen to are gone from there now. But like Melissa was saying, you can stream just about every channel on the radio, so I'll be able to get whatever I want and I'll be able to listen to it. It's like some of the people that I really used to like on WCCO moved on and are in a totally different market in a different state, and I'll probably even be able to listen to them if I ever were to spend the time to actually find them. Who knows? Anyway, it's nice. We have internet out here now. I'm just getting this rock pushed down a little bit farther, putting in some of this plywood. Melissa was out here. She just went inside for a minute. She'll come back out, but it's kind of nice knowing that that part's like done. I don't have to open it unless I'm going to put power underneath there, but Melissa said no, because the things fling the moisture around. When she was at her classes, they had them coming out of the ceiling on those ones that retract. So I said, I can easily do that. That's easier than running it underneath there and having to put an outlet in. What do you think, Joni? How about you, Chunky? You hear that thunder out there? I think we're going to head inside. There's a storm rolling in and it's about 20 minutes after 7. I'm kind of getting an idea what's going on here. I'm just plain screwed, you know. It's going to take some creative carpentry to get that to work right. I can see it coming across the field. Now it's on top there. Here it is. That wind was blowing right into me. Looks like the rain is done. You can see a little bit of fog over by the trees, at least I can. And we're under a fog advisory from midnight tonight until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. 1.18 inches of rain since midnight last night. Some of it was a real slow rain, and now look at this, just dumped. It's 8:30 at night and 56 degrees. Good morning, everybody. We're gonna do chicken on over charcoal today. Mashed potatoes. Man, this road is getting bad again. And corn on the cob for lunch. So I'm running up right now. There's a sweet corn stand, and I'm gonna grab some of that. This time we're butterflying the chicken legs. Somebody sent us this knife, and Melissa's really particular about her knives, and when she used this one, she fell in love with it. It's just like so sharp and works so good. That's the only one she uses now. I've got chicken and 3 cobs of corn cooking over charcoal, and I've got 3 cobs of corn that are cooking just in a pot, and Melissa's making mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes are done. After lunch, we hung out inside for a little bit, and then, like we do almost every Saturday, we went out to the Fish House camper, and we usually will watch a movie. But last week I saw a video, I don't know if it was on TikTok or whatever, and it was like a trailer for a show called The Big Sea, which I never seen before. It's like from 10 years old. Anyway, and we looked up anywhere you can get it, and you couldn't get it anywhere and stream it for free. So I just went online and I bought the whole, I think it's just 4 seasons, and I bought all of them, and they showed up today. So I'm not real big on watching comedy shows, and Melissa loves watching comedy shows, so I'm trying to be better about that. And this one looked pretty funny. And something that I could watch and like it, and I actually did. She really liked it. So we ended up watching 4 episodes. We spent a couple hours out there. And then I went out to the front garage, and this is the TV that was in the hobby farmhouse, my bedroom. And I don't know if it has survived the the move and everything and being out there, but I dug this out and brought it up here, and I think, yeah, it's a smart TV, so it'll pick up the internet. And I can also, I think I even have a splitter up on top for the antenna, and I can run a line here. She doesn't hardly watch anything on antenna TV. She streams everything, and I stream hardly nothing, and I watch everything on antenna. So I just got to figure out how this remote works to get to home. Let's see. Settings, I suppose, huh? Network. I really like this TV. It was easy to work with. The ones I can't stand are Vizio. We have a Vizio in our bedroom, and I hate Vizio. We had that one down in Louisiana. Slow TV, just a pain. There's a Vizio in the fish house camper too, and we're gonna get rid of that one and get a different one that's better. Probably an ON. We like the ONN brand name. Let's see, what is that gonna... That's gotta be somewhere here. Boring the heck out of you right now. Network. Network configuration, just, okay, wireless. There it is, workshop building 5G. Impressive. All right. Connected successfully. So I suppose then I gotta go back to software update. I suppose I better upgrade that, huh? At least we got fast speed here. Well, that's all I'm going to mess around with tonight. We have Svengoolie on in there, and the Black Scorpion is on a 1957 movie. So I'm going to run in there. I'll play around with this. I'll have to figure out what apps can go on a Hisense TV and see what I can do. But anyway, at least the TV works. Good morning, everybody. Just out here collecting some of this cauliflower to get into the freeze dryer. Melissa's gonna do a breakfast for lunch later, so usually I cook one of the days and she cooks one of the days, and her day is today for the weekend. Later on today, when it dries out some, I'll come out here and pick all the peppers like I've been doing and get them in the freezer. Check all the tomatoes, see how they're doing. I can see that I've got some red cherries down there, and I know there was, like right there, there's a bigger one that's red. Those two we'll pick, and then you put them into the freezer. And then when you need them, because we'll do them, you know, salsa, and when you pull them out of the freezer and you let them thaw, once they thaw, you can pull the skin right off them without putting them into any boiling water. They just peel right off. I was just looking, and just so I don't forget to show this if I'm out here later, or if I cut it out of this video because this video is getting so long, I have never grown cabbage this big. I mean, that one right there is the size of a basketball. Bunch of red tomatoes right there too. I'm not sure how big I can cut these so they don't hit the top of the, you know, each freeze dryer space has a top on it, and I think this will be fine. Probably can really pack it in here too. One tray filled up, 4 more to go. Well, here we have the Anaheim chili peppers, banana peppers, jalapenos, and the salsa hot peppers. A lot of regular green peppers here too. Some of these now are big enough to pick on some of the plants. I'll have to ask Melissa if she wants to freeze those or what her plan is for those. These here I'll get washed up and get them in their own separate bags and into the freezer with the other ones. Start right here.
I'm just going to stick these to you.
There's still like thousands in here that are green. I said there's like thousands of them here that are green yet. Look at all of them. Like there's gonna be so many.
What this is.
Is it a plant?
That's that ball that's on the top of those yellow. Chunky! Babe, are you over there?
Yeah, Chunky. Chunky, come here. Come here. Good boy. You gonna beat him up? He's right here.
What are you doing, Chunky? You're supposed to be protecting me.
No, he's here to be protected by me. Does Joni still have her muzzle on?
Yeah.
Okay. The little witch things?
The little ghost things.
Oh, we could look and see. Yeah, I've never seen them, but we could go look.
I mean,
Look on the trail.
mushrooms are supposedly started now. I think if we take that trail, we'll take this one, but we'll take that other trail too, because
Right.
that's leafy. Yeah, they're pretty much all black.
Yeah.
They're kind of still got a red tint, but
They're gonna make your tongue numb no matter when you eat them. Choke cherries are horrible until you put them into. Look at that. There's thousands of them on this little tree.
Why didn't you tell me they don't get sweet?
What's the fun in that?
That's gross.
You ready to go up and over the top yet? Looks like there's some of that self-heal in there. See that?
No.
Looks purple right there to me. Not a bad batch of blackberries there. Another week we can easily pick that many. There's so many that are not ripe yet. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. Melissa, Brandon, and I were just out in the workshop for the last hour, maybe hour and 15 minutes trying to figure out that TV. And you can kind of get to what you want to do to put apps on, but Melissa said she's not going through that anymore. She's going to buy a Roku stick for it and be done. I plugged the pumps in on the wood boiler. I'll let them run for a few days. It's been about a month since I did that, so it's good to fire them up, let all the water and everything circulate through the 3 buildings. All the lights came on correctly, so everything looks good, and then I'll shut it down and do it again in another month. And I would think that right after that, the following month we'll be firing this up. I think I started this the end of October last year. I will see you guys on the next video. Come on, beauty. Let's go this way. Come on.